What's going on, kids? This is Gunshot, and I'm doing a Dead or Alive 5 review and rating. Enjoy it. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this explainable for the people that played Dead or Alive 4 and before that, and all the people that never played Dead or Alive at all and finally started playing Dead or Alive 5. In Dead or Alive 5, you can be able to record your gameplay and look back and fight record. You can make albums of snapshots you make, or you can look at your fighting record. And I just unlocked the achievement for that. You get 10 easy gamer points. There's a whole bunch of easy gamer points to grab for just playing with characters, basically. The game really has three main modes, which is story mode, and then there's bonus missions that you can be able to play after that, and there's fighting offline modes, and including versus, arcade, time attack, and survival mode. And of course, there's the training mode. The training mode has more features than the previous Dead or Alive games had. Feature added to the game is power blows. Power blows are very submission blows that can be able to blow your enemy away with the right time attack, which is holding Y and B at the same time and performing the attack. The arenas in the game are very destructive. As you can see, you can be thrown around in places where you wouldn't even think would be possible. The tag that is in the game included is very good. I would say it's very fast paced. A lot of games been copying a lot of tags. You know, you have tag when it comes to Tekken Tag Tournament 2. You have Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You know, with the whole tag innovation thing they have going on. I would say for many games that's coming out that have to do with fighting, keep it up with when it comes to the tag thing. I think a lot of people like the tag feedback. As long as they make it fast paced and it's not really much of a struggle to switch characters when you can, when you want to. The game overall with cinema, as far as that comes down to, the cinema is pretty good. It's pretty much action packed, humor's into it, and a lot of cool concepts they have in the game. As far as it goes with the graphics of the game, the graphics are a 9 out of 10. I think they're perfect actually. If anything, it's probably like a 9.8. The graphics are perfect, I would say. The music is overall good. I give the music an 8 out of 10. The music fits it quite well. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 had very great music. If I would compare Tekken Tag Tournament 2 to Dead or Alive 5, for the people that were asking, I would say Tekken Tag 2 is more of a creative, personal reality game in its own concept, I guess. And Dead or Alive 5, I would say is more realistic. Some of the moves are very realistic. I love the Drunken Master. He is really good with the poses he makes when he actually is performing his attacks. I support the game when it comes to the fighting. The fighting is awesome. I like the fighting, not as far as the controllers are and all that, but just far as the positions, the way the attacks, how fluent the attacks are. I would give that a perfect 10 when it comes to how the attack structures are. There's not a lot of customization of the characters in the game. There's not a lot of characters really at all. I mean, there's more than 10, but it's just not a lot of variety of large characters. So points would be taken off for that. Not a lot, but let's make a little bit more of a customizable, more characters approach to it where you can be able to choose a lot of characters. As far as the fighting with pressing Y, X, and this is, I'm talking about 360 controllers. This goes for PS3, of course. So if I would have said triangle, it would be Y for the 360. But as far as it goes with the 360, some of the controllers are a little bit, how would I say? If you press, there's only like a couple of options of pressing a couple of buttons and doing certain things. But then again, though, if you get used to how to play the game, there's a lot of things you can do with the character. You can be able to throw them, you can be able to stun them. It just depends what characters you have. I'm not quite sure 100% if all characters have the same basis of attacks in the same formation of every other character you pick. But other than that, like I said, the fighting structure, I would give a perfect 10. You know, just the way they compose themselves when they fight, the way they punch, the way they use their positions of their attacks, the destructions of all the environments you can be able to use to your advantage, or at least blow stuff up in the background is awesome. I'll give that a perfect 10. But when it comes as far as to using your attacks and just the limit of buttons you can be able to press, I have to take off points because once you get to a certain spot where you are eventually kind of beaten up and you're on the floor, you kind of really can't do much until you get back up again. As far as Tekken Tag Tournament, you can be able to keep hitting the guy while he's down. One thing I'll give the game is perfect 10, I guess, is the brief nudity or the brief how can I say this, for little kids. For little kids, you're gonna love this game, I guess. You can tell purposely they put this in the game with, as far as it goes with the camera freedom of your characters losing. As you can see, I'm trying to use it as best advantage to see what I can see of this character right now. It was pretty ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. When I didn't really caught on at first with the game when it was doing that. I was just like, wow, they have a lot of animation of a lot of females in the game doing a whole bunch of not nudist things, but similar to that. So you can tell purposely the game put that in a lot. I don't know if they get the game to sell a lot, most likely, but I guess I add on a couple of bonus points for that. I would love to say that the game is good. Don't get me wrong, I like the game. The game is good. I really like the fighting action, but it's just I guess they need to work on a couple of kinks in the game. So I'm have to take off an extra whole point off of that. So I gave the game a 7.8 for my final score that I give it. I'm sorry if you guys don't agree with that, but I think they could have did a lot more better. They are on the right track as far as it goes with the music, the fighting, the gameplay. You know, just add more features to it. Get the button mashing controls a little bit more on point. You know, when you down a guy, you expect to hit him as he's down, and sometimes you can't do it. So it kind of overrides your attack if somebody gets up and attack you, and you're kind of like, what the? I've been punching the whole time waiting for him to get up. How does he hit me all of a sudden? So it makes you wonder about a couple of things like that. That's the reason why I took off points. And basing it off other games that came off this year, so comes to fighting games, I have to base it off fighting games that came out recently, and I have to base it off my experience of other fighting games that I played in the past. Before those are 360, when I was playing PS2 or Nintendo. But the game is good. The game is good. I wouldn't say it's worth buying right now. I would say just wait for it for the release when the game is a lot more cheaper. But other than that, I hope you enjoy the game. There's a lot of fighting poses in here, and a lot of women posing as sexy icons. So hope you enjoy the review.